Hi guys, I really want to talk to you about what's going on with 2v2, the 20th anniversary edition. I'm sure you have a lot of questions. I've had a lot of questions about this whole thing for what's it been like, a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I don't honestly know how long it's been. But yeah, I mean, there's a story to this whole thing, right? So that's why we're here. I appreciate your time, but I do hope you stay for the rest of the video to have a better understanding of where the fuck is 2v2 and what the fuck happened to 2v2, the 20th anniversary edition. For that, I'm going to have to tell you a little bit of a story. Might be a long story, maybe a short story. See how it goes. I'll try not to go into too many details. So yeah, in the beginning we had this beautiful idea for, having a vinyl, like this very special vinyl for a very special track on a very special date, which came and went, unfortunately, and I'm still beating myself up over it. It's not something I'm happy about, to be honest. I really would have liked 2v2 to have that very special 20th anniversary on the month of the anniversary. Not even the day. The day would have been just too crazy. I don't even know what day it came out on the anniversary, but it doesn't matter. It was the month that mattered. But with that said, we still have the year. So a year, the 20th anniversary year, might still be quite doable. So we had this idea to put on Amplified and have this beautiful new special version of the song that will be like nothing else that came before it. Because let's be honest, I don't really like 2v2. I don't like any of the remixes, but I believe that what I've been tapping into and what I can tap into is going to be hands down the best fucking version of 2v2 that has ever existed and probably ever will, because no one's going to be able to top the remix I'm gonna do. In any case, fuck man, this might take a while, so please hold your horses. I have some things I want to say. For me to make 2v2 the way I want to make 2v2, the way I wanted to make 2v2, requires a creative space, right? A very clear channel to my higher self. So I bring forth like music from another dimension, from the future, that will not just sound good but also feel amazing, like the shit that will like give you goosebumps and end up doing like energetic activations and healing some kind of trauma or taking you to another dimension or timeline where, for instance, you had the best time of your life, right? Or whatever it is, just beautiful, powerful, healing energy. That's the main intention of doing 2v2 right now. It's not just another fucking remix for the sake of doing another fucking remix like record labels think. But to do that, I have to be in a creative space and I have to be, happy with my life. And let me tell you, I went into a very, very fucking dark place the last so many years, and it kind of started with the trajectory of Thomas Datt and that career slowly going away and fading away. So I had a really, really hard time putting Thomas Datt to rest and letting Thomas Datt go and letting that whole part of my life, letting it go, like leaving it in the past. Like I couldn't let go of that. So it was creating all kinds of problems for me emotionally and mentally, which would also be projected outwards into anyone and everyone that was in my vicinity. That's part of the problem. Some of the other problems were COVID really fucked us up. We've been in, my wife and I, we've been in survival mode ever since COVID hit, because during that time she lost her job, and the things I was trying to do, like energy healing or graphic design for work as a business, and even teaching music, none of those things were actually paying our bills. It was just creating more stress. So the the rabbit hole jump continues into darkness then, for me personally especially. And then on top of that, I was working on a documentary, a piece of music for a documentary, and that didn't work out. So I just felt like such a failure at the time. Like I couldn't do this anymore, and all the signs were telling me to stop doing this. And the final thing that really killed it for me and pushed me over the edge was two things. The first thing was I was working on a collaboration with Kieran McCauley for his debut album, right, on Black Hole Recordings, and I was working on the track, which is on there still, but it's the original form of it, called Love Wins. Now, when I was working on Love Wins, again, this was an idea that I thought was amazing. Oh my God, this would be so fucking awesome. So when he approached me to do it, and I heard Love Wins, I was like, yes, this is the track I want to work on. This is going to be awesome. But I think my intentions were just like to kind of use his status in the industry to maybe give me another boost. Like that's what I thought, oh, like if I do a song with him, that might be good for my career. Like I'm still trying to resuscitate my career. Like that was gonna fucking happen. So I was doing it sort of for that reason, but what I was putting into the music was pure healing frequency. So I was like, with full intention, I'm like, I want this to be a healing piece of music that targets the heart space using binaural beats. I don't know if there's binaural beats in trance music these days, but I was gonna be one of the first ones to incorporate it in there in the breakdown. And obviously solfeggio, 528 hertz, the very powerful healing frequency. And I was going to use that with the chords and that already existed, but like build this beautiful melody that I don't even know how to describe it. It was just massaging your brain and your body, and really just, it was like a beautiful warm hug, like unconditional love. It kind of felt like that's that's what was happening. It was, I'm telling you right now, that piece of music was ahead of its time. Like I don't think the trance industry is ready for that yet, which they weren't. So it took me about, let's say 8 months on and off working on that. And well, because I didn't have that much time, or again creativity, or I was just very, very fucking in a dark place, and becoming a cleaner as well, cleaning people's toilets did not help the situation. So that's the other thing that was pushing me over the edge. That was taking all my energy and time, and I was fucking miserable. I was angry, I was depressed, I was sad, I was resentful, frustrated. I didn't want to wake up in the morning. I didn't want to be on this fucking planet, in this body. Many mornings I would wake up and I'd go like, fuck, I'm still here. Like I'm still fucking here. Why the fuck am I still here? I don't want to be here. So I disconnected from my students, I disconnected from my friends, my family, I disconnected from my wife, I disconnected from myself, and went into a dark place, very dark place. So I became a massive victim of everything that was happening around me. And how I got out of there is another fucking story. But that is not the place where I want to make music from. Because why would I want to make a piece of music with all that suffering and despair? Like, that's not gonna feel good to anyone. It's not gonna sound good. It's gonna be fucking shit. Like, which is why I only worked on 2v2 maybe like 6-7 times, but because these were actually the only maybe times I had energy, creativity, or I was in a good mood. So I didn't have a lot of good days. So now I still have some bad days, but it's not as bad as before, which is why I'm here, which is why I'm coming back, which is why the Cosmic Phenomenon and my label Stellar Soundscapes are out. Like, I want 2v2 to be on Stellar Soundscapes. Like, it has to be my own label. Never giving out my music to labels again. So this brings me back to 8 months of work on this collaboration with Kieran McCulley for Black Hole Recordings. They sent me the contract. And on the contract, the term, the time frame that this contract was going to be in effect was perpetuity. Now, if you guys don't know what fucking perpetuity means, it triggers the fuck out of me, because it means forever. Perpetuity means forever. That means some fucking cunt at a record label decided to, on purpose, put the term, time frame, perpetuity. Like, I'm too stupid to read the fucking contract and go, no, you cannot have my fucking song forever. Like, what the actual fuck? And given that I've been in the industry for 20 years, I know how to read contracts, and yet they still sent that contract to me, which I found to be really, really fucking insulting. Just so fucking triggering that I kind of told them to go fuck themselves without saying those words. But I did email them like, hey, listen, how about I let you license this song from me for 5 years, right? And if I like the work you did on that, we can renegotiate another 5 years. And then please explain to me why the perpetuity is here. Now, the other funny thing, I mean, at the time it was not funny, that really pushed me over the edge into darkness. So as I look at it now, the funny thing that was also there is like how long you have to wait to get your song back after the term is over. So try to wrap your mind around this. Another 6 months. Let me break this down to you. When forever ends, I have to wait another 6 months after forever to get my song back from Black Hole Recordings. And I was just like, fuck you, go fuck yourself. I want nothing to do with you guys, right? And the other thing, they were also like trying for me to make changes to what I created. Stupid changes that would really take you out of that beautiful meditative state. And I was just like, no, I'm not gonna fucking do that just so someone can be, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. In any case, yeah, I was in a fucking shit place. There's no way I could have worked on 2v2. And I'm sorry to have disappointed you guys. I've also disappointed myself. But at the end of the day, fuck man, going into into despair and suffering, at the end of the day is a choice, right? So it was my choice that for some reason I wanted to be depressed and hate my fucking life and not be able to let go of Thomas Datt, even though letting go of Thomas Datt was probably the best thing that ever happened to me, because the Cosmic Phenomenon and my fucking label came from that whole experience. So there's a lot to look forward to. I appreciate you staying this long with me, listening to the story. Very much looking forward to getting back to 2v2. Now, like, 2v2 is not dead. Like, I was dead. Physically, emotionally, energetically, just mentally, I was not here. Didn't want to be here. So many arguments with my wife because I wasn't here. So everything was just pissing me off because it was some other, we call this person Snappy Tom. So it's like my alter ego, not Thomas Datt and Tom Krakowiak. It's Tom and Snappy Tom, and Snappy Tom is a very different person than me. Snappy Tom should not be making music or be creative in any sorts of ways. So, for anyone that's not on a Facebook group and you haven't seen the 6 or so updates of how the song is coming together, please let me know. and I'll put together a little clip of what the melody is sounding like so far. Like, because it's a work in progress, like it's probably not going to be the final version of it, but like you could already get the idea of how deep and powerful this piece of music is going to be, because that's my intention, to work on nostalgia, trauma, energy shifts, just all of that fucking healing, awesome stuff. Trust me, it's gonna be worth it. So I really appreciate that you've stuck it through this far. The last thing I want to say is that it was so bad for us that we weren't able to actually pay a shitload of our bills. Always scared we wouldn't pay the rent, so we might have to get kicked out or whatever. And at a point we weren't even eating that well, so just really shitty food, or just going hungry for like most of the day and having one meal, like dinner, and running on coffee. So yeah, but there's hope, right? So I don't want to fucking leave this shithole. I just want to get through it, make things better for myself, for my wife, and for you guys. And you'll get to feel this new beautiful energy and a refreshed perspective on life and existence through the new 2v2. So look, man, I don't like timelines. It stresses me the fuck out. So I've had a lot of pressure around the timeline of 2v2 and when it's gonna get released and when I'll have time, creativity, or the passion or energy for any of it, right? So, and that timeline was fucked. It was giving me pressure and it made things really unrealistic for me. But if I'm gonna put a fucking timeline in again, I'm not gonna be rushing this. It's gonna be done from a place of love and happiness and all that good shit. So I have to maintain that as well. If I start slipping, we all suffer. So I need to stay grounded and positive and find the joy and gratitude in life on a daily basis as much as possible. So my new goal is to make sure that we don't go over the 20th anniversary year, because as long as I make it in the 20th anniversary year bracket, as I want to call it now, I will feel accomplished and successful. So like, miss the day, miss the month, but I could still potentially fit it in that year between May now and next May. So between now and next May, I'm gonna give it a red hot go. So stay with me. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any other questions, if you want to be added to the Facebook group if you're not on it, if you want to talk about anything, if you need some help with life or advice or energy healing or energy clearing for your home, any fucking thing, you know, that might help elevate your energy and consciousness, you can reach out and have a chat. I'll be more happy to assist in some kind of way. So right, I did forget to mention that one last thing. I went on a tangent. So what I really wanted to say is that you guys actually saved our life. Like, there wasn't a lot of you that paid for the pre-orders, right? But the number of you that did pay helped us pay some bills and helped us eat when we needed it the most. So you guys are gonna hold a very special place in my heart for probably ever and 6 months. See ya.